welcome to Late to Bloom, the podcast where we talk about philosophy, spirituality, and personal growth. This week's episode was supposed to be about why I am child-free by choice and also about pro-choice and such topics, but I felt like this topic was way more urgent to talk about because it affects me in my life right now, and I wanted to talk about loneliness in this week's episode because it is something that I has on my heart right now. So that's what we're going to do. And with loneliness, I mean being alone both by choice and not by choice, and different perspectives and different things about loneliness, how it can be rewarding, living life alone, but also challenging at the same time. And I want to talk about these things in this episode, and I want to reflect on this out loud. Just the fact that I'm doing this podcast all alone, always, is one indicator that I'm doing stuff alone most of the time. And also on my YouTube channel, you see most of my vlogs are lonely. I am alone in most of them, and I'm not having that many people around me. And while that oftentimes can be painful, I have started to feel some comfort in the pain and also some, I wanna say that the comfort in pain is more, I don't know how to explain, but it's more comfortable being alone than being with people some of the time. And I don't know if I'm just a very introverted person or very independent in my own way, if that's the case, or if I have been used to be alone and that's why I feel comfortable being alone. I also think now I am more lonely than ever because I have lost my sense of purpose in life. I'm literally laying in bed right now when I'm recording this, and I feel like I have no purpose at all in this world, and that also is a contribution to my loneliness, I think, because everyone wants to do something with their life. They want to work hard and they want to accomplish things, because if they don't want to do that, that's abnormal, right? So the fact that I want to do something is normal, but I don't know what to do, and that makes me very lonely. I have always been very honest on this channel, and I feel like I'm very honest in this podcast as well. I feel like that's maybe one thing I can offer, honesty, but outside of that, I don't know what I'm capable of, because I don't work a job. I am not capable of that because of my disability. I don't even think I would get a job if I would want one because of my lack of capacity of working a job due to disability, but also because of how hard it is to get a job as a disabled person, and really anyone in this world. We are more lonely than ever, all of us, and we are all exhausted, and we all have lack of energy. Sometimes I think, what comes first, the lack of energy of doing things that, what is it? Is it that I have the lack of energy of doing things because I'm tired? Or is it that I'm tired because I don't do anything? I don't know. Regardless, it feels like nothing really matters if we don't make it matter. And I have somewhere in my unconscious maybe chosen to not make things matter anymore. It feels like I have said to myself, maybe unconsciously, that enough is enough, and I can't do this anymore. But I want to do things at the same time, and I think that is frustrating. It's frustrating because I know I'm not alone in this, but at the same time I feel like the loneliest person in the world. If we could only get all lonely people together in some way, I wonder if we would still feel lonely. Maybe we would. Maybe if we could put all the lonely people in one place, we would still feel lonely. How is that, and why is that? That's really an existential question, I think. I don't know. And I don't think there is any answer to this question. I'm not offering any advice or answers in this episode. I just wanted to chat about the lonely feeling I have right now. I think I just wanted to chat about that, no matter of if this turns out as a good episode or not. Because in the end, that doesn't really matter. Because if I can offer someone else who feels lonely a sense of belonging, then the mission is complete, I guess. And I think sharing is caring in these cases. Because if I can make someone less alone with this, maybe I am not that alone that I think, if that makes sense. So, as I said, this is a little bit of a special episode because I didn't really had the energy to make the podcast. This is way overdue because I haven't posted the podcast in the last 2 weeks, and I wanted to put out something that is honest and that is accurate of how it is right now. So I'm not worrying about if this is good or not. I'm literally just speaking, and it is what it is, and yeah, it is what it is. I see you in my next episode. I have a lot of ideas of episodes. It's just that I'm not having the energy or the motivation always to do the ideas I have. I have a lot of ideas for this podcast, but I'm not always have the energy, and we'll see how this turns out in the future. But until then, I see you, and I love to have you on my journey, and I see you in the next one. Bye.